What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Coding with Kevin. Today we are talking about interviewing, and I got a boatload of tips coming your way. So without further ado, let's go. All right, before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment down below if you got anything that you want me to cover. I apologize if I go on a little bit of a tangent, but just a couple bit of background tips on me. I'm a college dropout. I've worked in customer service jobs before I became a developer. I was a bad employee at customer service, and I've interviewed about a couple hundred times in my life. I'm now a really good employee because I enjoy coding and it makes me feel fulfilled. But luckily, I've gone through so many interviews in my lifetime that I've got a lot of tips I want to send your way here. So bear with me. I'll try to keep it concise, but going on to the first tip. Number one, make sure you've got a LinkedIn profile. I don't care about any other social media page. LinkedIn is going to be your best friend. And here's why. Applying to companies the traditional way, going to their website, looking for a job, hitting the apply button, spending 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes sometimes on an application is exhausting. We need to work smarter, not harder, and their application processes at any company is really difficult. So, step number 2, get a recruiter to work for you. Now you can do this a couple ways. I first started out by making sure my LinkedIn profile was pristine. Have about like a paragraph or two in your about section detailing like who you are and what value you're gonna bring to make that company money. If you have a college degree and that's all you have, get a portfolio website up. You gotta have something to show them because you're going to have a very difficult time if you don't have anything. So make sure before you even start interviewing, get some projects done. Udemy.com, freecodecamp.com, whatever, YouTube videos, get something that you can bring to an interview and show the person, hey, this is my own work. Number 3, I use this program called LinkedIn Helper. I'm not sponsored by them. I wish I was because I've told so many people about them. Essentially, they have a Chrome extension that when you're on LinkedIn.com, you will be able to, through a couple search queries, compile a list of recruiters in the city you want to work in and send a message to them on a connect, okay? So real quick, what I did, I compiled about 1,000 recruiters in one list. And then I said, hey, send them this message when you connect. Blah, 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 I'm Kevin. I'd like to talk to you. Cool. And then over the next 10 days, it does 100 at a time because that's LinkedIn's max. It sent out 100 connections with that message. That's called working smart. So tip 4, when you do that, you're going to experience the law of 1/3. A third of them you're never going to hear from. A third of them, they're going to say no. We don't have anything for you. And a third of them are gonna say, yeah, send me your resume.
And he blows your mind again. Ooh.
Out of the third of them that say, yes, send me your resume, the law of 1/3 is gonna repeat. A third of them you're never gonna hear back from again. A third of them are gonna say, sorry, we don't have anything for you. And a third of them are gonna wanna get in touch with you and have a conversation. Literally repeat this process until you have a job. Like there was a time when I think I got up to about 2,700 messages out to recruiters before I finally found the 4 or 5 that actively worked to get me my job. And I actually work with these 4 or 5 recruiters on a consistent basis every couple years because I'm a good employee. I've worked with them. I've made them look good. And they're also financially incentivized to place you, right? So just like if you're a salesperson and you're incentivized to sell a car because you get commission. As a recruiter, they're incentivized to help you get a job because when they place you, they get commission from the company as like, hey, great job, you placed a worker. So step number 5, when you finally start interviewing, you want to have a couple interviews going on at a time. This is going to be chaotic, especially if you have a job right now. Pro tip, don't quit a job until you have your next job. So typically how it goes, first interview is just saying hi. They want to get a feel for your personality.
Hi, how are you?
Second interview is going to be a technical interview, your coding abilities. If you're more junior to mid, It might more be like, hey, how does React hooks work? What is an NGF or Angular, right? Those kind of questions. Really easy to Google. Hey, mid-level React developer questions, mid-level Angular. Super easy. I did that. I also failed those interviews quite a number of times before I did that. So it's okay if you learn the hard way too. The final interview will most likely just be with the decision maker, like the manager, the hiring manager, or whatever. As you're going through multiple interview processes, when you get to like the second interview, ask them, hey, awesome, thanks so much. How long till I hear back from you about next steps? They'll be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Hey, thanks so much for letting me know about that. Just so you know, I'm actively interviewing with a couple other companies. I like what you've told me. I think this company is going to be a really good fit. So I'd love to keep the process going. Now, if you have been a good interviewer, what you've just done is you've made yourself much more valuable, because what you have essentially said to them, you want to work with them. However, you have other companies that you're interviewing with. And what they're thinking is, if you were a good interviewer, they're thinking, oh crap, okay, yes, let's get the third interview on the books right away because we really liked him. And obviously he's going to be on the market for a limited amount of time. Then comes the offer time. When you get an offer, do not accept it right away. Just don't do it.
But why?
What you need to do is you're gonna say, hey, awesome, thank you so much. I need 24 to 48 hours to look it over and make sure it fits my needs. It's kind of a power play, but it's also really important because this is emotional. You might be really excited, but then you get the offer and it's not what you were hoping. You were thinking the position was gonna be $70,000 and it came in at 50. Yeah, this is why it's important to give yourself that time, that buffer to cool off and look at it logically. It also gives you time to finish another interview process, okay? If you had another third round interview coming up, it's okay to tell this company, hey, I need some time. I've done that because maybe this company was where I really wanted to work at, but this company was the only one I got through and got an offer yet. This is okay. And it's also okay to say no. Hey, can you do a little bit more financially for me? Can you make the salary up to 70K? If they say no, okay. Hey, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Would love to stay in contact if another position opens up that would be a better fit for me. That's a great way to leave it. They might be like, ah, shoot, darn it, we lost this guy. Can we get it up to 70? Yes, we can. Oh, cool. Hey, dude. It's possible. But you can't do that when you're working from a point of weakness, only having one interview going on at a time. This is why I highly recommend all of these steps, because it gives you the power. This is all business, right? Nothing's personal, but you want to work from a position of strength, because if you are a junior developer, you want to maybe get a higher salary. You want to maybe make sure you're in a good company. And if you want a job hop, you're on the job now for 6 months, you've gained a bunch of knowledge. It's okay to go through this process again. I doubled my salary from my first job to my second job. And then from that job to my next job, that put me over 6 figures. It is perfectly fine to do this. And if you're working from a position of strength, if you're interviewing, you're happy at the company you're at, that also tells them, oh crap, this guy, he's happy where he's at. He was a really good interview and he's got the skills we want. We got to make sure we give him a competitive offer to take him away from his current job. This is the beauty, guys. This is the beauty of things that they just won't tell you in college or any like career agencies. So I hope this was valuable for you guys. I hope you took away something from this. And if you got questions, put them in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it and hit the subscribe button, because I'm gonna keep these videos coming. Until next time, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you tuning in, and take care.